Hey guys. 3 videos back to back is kind of crazy. Before I get into whatever this video is, I just wanted to genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, thank everyone who's been watching lately. Uh, Especially the people who have been commenting. Uh, you guys are really nice. I'm glad that some people are enjoying what I'm making. Like at the end of the day, this comment this channel is kind of just about having fun and talking about stuff that's on my mind. But it is nice to see people kind of enjoying that. It is really nice to see that. So to all of you who are commenting, genuinely thank you. Thank you so much for talking here and giving me, inspiration and motivation to keep making these videos. Uh, Today is a little bit more of a, I wouldn't say serious topic, because it's not like it's that bad. I just wanted to kind of talk about, what's been kind of infesting my mind a little bit as of late. And that's mainly just, stuff about the future. I'm 18, pretty recently, last March, and I'm, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I made this channel to be honest and even at times vulnerable, because I think, people who make videos should feel vulnerable, or not should feel allowed to be vulnerable. That's why I have a lot of respect for people like Jacksepticeye and stuff like that, because they're really vulnerable and open about their mental health and stuff like that. And I want to kind of talk about that today. As someone who is transitioning into an adult here in Canada, it is honestly pretty terrifying. For anyone who doesn't know, Canada is in a really shitty spot right now. Like, a really shitty spot right now. Inflation, rising house prices beyond what is even imaginable, and stuff like that. And as someone who's turning into an adult and seeing these houses priced at like 2 million, and having the rent and having like rent as an alternative be like 2 to 3 thousand a month, it kind of scares me. Kind of makes me worried about my prospects for the future. It makes me think, well, shit, I'm never gonna have any of this money in a lifetime. What the hell do I do? And the idea of just being fucked is it's horrifying. If you can hear from my nervous laughter, it's terrifying. And it's something that's always been on my mind ever since I was 17 turning into 18. Like those last few months, like, how the fuck am I supposed to live like this? And I don't know if it's overthinking or if this is, warranted. But, I'm scared. I'm more than willing to admit that. I am scared. You know, transitioning into an adult is definitely not the easiest experience for anyone in any time of history. It's this massive transition from being a child and doing whatever the hell you want to being an adult with responsibilities and obligations. You have to get a job, you have to, spend more time away from friends and family. And that kind of goes that's that goes twofold for people like me who want to join the military, let alone like especially the Navy, where you're probably not going to be anywhere near the country for very long periods of time. And I do like the idea of like being able to travel around the oceans. Uh, it's one of the big reasons why I'm picking that. But there's also, but it's also scary because I'm kind of leaving behind all my family and friends. It is a bit of a stressful thought. I'm still going through with it. Like, I'm still absolutely doing it. Like, I am very, I'm very enthusiastic about it. I've always, had that sort of sea dog in me, I guess. Uh, so, I'm not backing down from that. And if I don't go into Navy, then I'll go into an alternative like artillery or something like that. The classic God of War. uh, but it scares me. What if I don't pass basic training? What if I goof up on the job? I've militaries, especially ones that are heavily trained and whatnot, are pretty brutal. No sugarcoating that. They're pretty brutal. So I'm kind of worried. Like, am I gonna pass this? Maybe not. Like, and this is kind of my dream I've had for a good couple of months now. And it worries me that I'll fail on step one. Which is not nice to think about. Other things I worry about are just like, I feel like I haven't done enough in my childhood. I feel like I'm moving too fast. An example of this is like, I'll be real quick with this, because it is kind of cringe. But like dating, for example. I've never had anyone in my life ever. So I'm worried, like, I'm not really experiencing stuff like that, like, at all. And then to be shipped away to the seas, what if I never have that? Like, that is something I do want. Of course, I'm sure most people would want that. It's not an unreasonable thing to want. So I'm worried that, I'm not gonna ever have that. But, that's not really my biggest, issue. Like, sure, it sucks, but I can live without it. I can cope without it. But yeah. Also, call me crazy, but like, I fully acknowledge that this has no basis, like, in any form. I'm around people 24/7 in the place I'm living at right now. But does anyone else just kind of feel lonely even when you're not supposed to. Like you're in a group of people that you even know, and you just feel lonely in it. I don't know. I think I'm just weird, but I don't know. I've always felt that way. Just throughout my entire life. I mentioned in past videos that I made this channel to discuss a lot of mental health issues I was going through, but I don't really feel those mental health issues as badly anymore. Like I still have them from time to time. Like I have my bad days. I'm sure anyone does, but I have my bad days, but it's not nearly as prevalent anymore as it used to be. Uh, but despite that, like no matter how hard I try and chase off that little bug, I constantly just have this feeling of loneliness. I don't even know why. And I mentioned in my liminal video that I was getting really into cold core stuff and like dream core and stuff like that. And maybe that kind of has some sort of some sort of there's some sort of influence from me in there in that you know cold core, dream core. It's like that, like really somber a lot of the time. A lot of it's funky as well. There's a lot of funky music that I really like. That classical like liminal soundtrack. But a lot of it's also pretty somber as well. Pretty relaxed, somber, chill. And I can only help but one I can only help but wonder. I can't help but wonder, Jesus. I'm dumb. I can't help but wonder if maybe that had if that is influenced by how I feel nowadays, or not nowadays, basically my entire life, of me just feeling kind of alone. But yeah, I do wonder. It probably does to some extent, and maybe I just kind of found that kind of music and I clicked with it because it felt so me. But yeah. I'll probably make a dedicated music video someday. Uh, Music is a pretty important part of my life. It's helped me get through a lot of rough spots. So I definitely do really want to make a video about music. I would love to I would love to talk about that stuff with you, because believe me, like I really do love talking about that kind of stuff. Like talking about music or like hobbies of mine. Uh I really do like talking about them. I'm very passionate about it, so I will definitely be making a video about that stuff. Trust me. Uh I'm very excited to make a video about that. So hopefully maybe early next week. Hell, maybe even a few days. You never know. And, I guess now I think about it, there is a decent chunk of music that I listened to before I got into all the dreamcore stuff that was pretty somber as well. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you get the point. I'm not gonna get repetitive anymore. Uh, I don't want to ramble too much. So I just leave it at that. What else do I want to? I don't. Is it clear I don't have a script? What else do I want to talk about here? I know there's more, but my brain is just forgetting it. Oh yeah, I want to talk about internet checkpoints, because they've become a pretty nifty way to talk about all of that without having to go through the whole YouTube video making process of starting up OBS and making sure everything's fine and whatnot. It's not a hard process. I'm just lazy. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, like making these kind of comments, talking about like stuff going on in my life. I honestly love those. The internet checkpoints are really cool. I really like them. They're one of my favorite parts of YouTube. Just kind of reading someone else's life and how they're doing, what's going on for them. It's really interesting and also really sad because whenever I read someone's talking about how awful their life is going, I can't help but just feel incredible sadness for them. If any of you guys, talk about this stuff on YouTube checkpoints, I really do hope that in one way or another things get better for you. I'm rooting for you. But I think that is all I want to talk about. I might make a comment under this in case I forgot. It's currently 4 a.m. right now, so my brain isn't exactly in the greatest space right now. It's not exactly working at 100%. So yeah. That should be the video. By the way, this world, what is my creative experiment world, is where I build a bunch of random shit to see, to have a blueprint for what I want to make in survival, so I'm not just endlessly breaking and placing the same blocks over and over again. There are a couple of things here I haven't added to my survival, like the watchtower, cafe, and cabin stuff over here, which I hope to get in the world. I hope to make a world tour, like a proper in-depth world tour again. Those are fun. I do also hope to post more Gary's Mod stuff because I like map exploration. It's always fun. So enough yapping and talking about all that. As I said, I'll make a comment or maybe even a community post. I don't know if a community post is the greatest idea. Because I just don't want to bother people on YouTube with my own issues. But I'll definitely add a comment at least under this video if I forgot to mention anything. If I forgot to mention anything I wanted to talk about, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I want to be vulnerable with you guys. I want to be human with you. So, I hope this video kind of shows that off a little bit. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope, some of this resonated with you. Feel like you're seen. Because, well, from my mood, sometimes it can feel the opposite for me. So, I hope that my video, allowed some people to feel seen. And back to the comments earlier, thank you so much for giving me encouragement. It really is needed. I am interested in making more content, and I'm never gonna stop until I get into my actual job. But as for now, I still got a whole nother year. I still got a whole nother year because I admittedly failed a year of high school because my brain decided to shut off. and be sad constantly. So yeah. So I still got another year of high school to do before I do any of that. So you have a year still stuck with me. uh, if there like this is a very free, this is a very free flow channel. I do whatever the hell. So if there's anything that you guys would like me to talk about on this channel, uh, I'd be more than happy to consider it because, you know, community interaction is always a great way to form a bond with the community. And no matter how small my community may be, you know, I want to hang out with you guys and make you guys feel included in the content creation. So if you guys have any video ideas or, you know, any ways that uh, if you guys have any ideas for videos or what type of videos I make, like if you want you want me to do like a video game review, it's not really my sort of style, but I mean, hell, I'd give it a try. Just talk endlessly about a video game. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed for the fifth time, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.